Hey, what's up, guys? This is Pump from What's Next Crypto, where we tell you what's next. Okay, you see the title, why is BTC dumping? Well, for anybody who has been following along, I talked about this BTC 1D forecast that we posted some time ago. It did eventually end up breaking out above the drop zone up here. But I noticed something on the 4 hour time frame when I was deciding whether or not to invalidate the uh the 1D forecast. And I checked the mean revergence indicator, and I noticed that on the 4 hour time frame BTC was right here. It peaked towards the very top of the mean revergence zone, and posted a couple days ago in the group that we could see, well, yesterday, or at the most it was a couple days ago, that we could see price start to reverse from here, and we could end up back in the drop zone, and that has happened. Now, upon further analysis, because this thing could go either way, when we just take notice, basically a mean revergence is the theory that after strong price movement up or down, the price could snap back to the average, to the mean. Right here, the mean is right here at 88.8 thousand. So we could see price pull back towards this mean here inside the middle of the drop zone. Okay, and then as long as price is in this drop zone, this forecast is still active. Price did break above briefly. It could still break back above, but here's the thing that we need to look at. On the daily time frame, okay, the mean revergence indicator, you see price came down here 80,000. That was the bottom of the mean revergence zone for the daily, and the top half is up here. The top portion is here. It doesn't mean the price is going to go all the way there, but price did try to go to the mean on the daily. If you see here, it didn't make it quite all the way. Okay, we could still see another breakout here, and price come test the mean at 97.1k, or price could continue to pull towards the mean on the 4 hour time frame at 88k. Now, I still maintained a bearish bias for a couple reasons. One being this, the 4 hour mean revergence chart. And also, when we look at the stochastic RSI, on the daily time frame, it is currently bouncing, and just dumping towards 80. So if BTC is going to get the reversal, we could see a bounce off 80 here and could pump it back above the drop zone. Okay, at which time, we could see a reversal that is going to stick. But it's not to be forgotten that the 3 month time frame is also still dumping the stochastic RSI, and that is a big part of the reason why I have a mid-term, long-term bearish bias right now, because as we've seen, we could see some good price movements, but as long as this 3 month stochastic RSI is dumping, everything is eventually going to come down lower. Okay, the same deal as when the 1 week stochastic RSI was dumping. Okay, everything eventually came down lower. Now it is pumping. This is why I was on the fence about switching to a short-term bullish bias. Even though price went against our last forecast, we have the weekly stochastic RSI, which is coming up and heading towards 20. So the question is, basically, that the 1D stochastic RSI is going to need to bounce before the 1 week stochastic RSI starts dumping. Because if the 1 week stochastic RSI starts dumping, and the 1 month stochastic RSI is still dumping, and the 3 month stochastic RSI is dumping through 80 on top of that, it's a lot of bearish pressure to hold up. So organically, I had things coming down. This pump felt a little out of place. I know some people were calling for a pump, but my technicals were looking for more dumping. This is why I was also hesitant to completely invalidate the 1D forecast. Okay, so what we need to look for today is BTC to get a close above 90.5K. If it could do that, there's a chance that the daily time frame will be able to balance itself out and recover. But we also have a pattern here called a evening star, okay, and it's a bearish pattern. We have these last 3 daily candles that's formed the evening star, and for the evening star, if price closes below 91.4K, then we have a more confirmed signal from this evening star that price is going to go lower and potentially end up going to try this the mean at 88.8K. Okay, so it's all about seeing how price is going to react as the 1D stochastic RSI comes down right now. Okay, and this 80 line is going to be a pivotal point. If the 1D stochastic RSI doesn't get the bounce off 80 here, like it did here, then this pump is going to start breaking down, in my opinion. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at right now, and this is actually why BTC is dumping right now. The 1D stochastic RSI was overbought, and it started to dump. Okay, and that's where we're getting all the dumping from right now. Hence the title. Okay, but currently waiting and watching to see what kind of a daily close we get today. If BTC is going to, 1, be able to hold above 90.5K, and 2, be able to hold above 91.4K on the close. Okay, so as of right now, this 1D forecast is still at play. You see it has 4 arrows, 4 targets. At the end of each arrow is expected support, so we could see a bounce. It started to just barely left the drop zone here, but then got the bounce, and that took us up to where we are now, topped out at about 94.8K. So that the movement in between the drop zone is accounted for in the forecast, but once you break above that drop zone, then the forecast is at risk of being invalidated. So as I was doing some technical analysis to decide whether to invalidate the forecast or not, is when I came upon the mean revergence on the 4-hour time frame, and which is what made me originally check it, was because I just felt like we might see a mean revergence back into the drop zone, and that is what eventually ended up happening. So this is why I checked that indicator. Anybody who's interested in what indicator that is this one right here, mean revergence channel, fair reads MRI variant, trading view. Yeah, so that's where we're at now. One other thing is important to point out is the 50 EMA on the daily time frame. Now, price was earlier, it was sitting on 50 EMA on the daily time frame, and 50 EMA, if the momentum is strong, it should act like dynamic support. And the fact that price has now dumped back through 50 EMA, it could wick back up like it did here on the last candle, but that's why it's important to see what daily close we're going to get here. So if price closes above 50 EMA, that could be more case that it has found support there on the daily. But if it closes below 50 EMA, then that even is more confirmation towards my bearish bias, and that the 1D stochastic RSI will not get the bounce above 80. Okay, and basically, if 1D stochastic RSI starts dumping towards 50, I think that will be price dumping towards the mean at 88K. And if 88K doesn't hold, then I think that will be price. I think that will be stochastic RSI dumping through 50 towards 20. So we'll see what happens. Also in the title, we have a $50 to $100 challenge starting soon. Our last challenge didn't go as planned. We actually got our $19 to $100 challenge got liquidated, but they're going forward. I'm going to be introducing some rules, and I'm going to just stick to these rules when trading, doing these challenges. So, and we definitely will be using stop losses. While, I really didn't think that the BCH would. Let's look at BCH. I didn't think it would get enough juice to stop us out, but it to liquidate us, but it did. It did eventually liquidate us here. Liquidation was about 651, I believe, and yeah, it clearly went above that. And we were down here at one point, and just that much bullishness came in the market. This is also why I kind of feel it was manufactured. I don't want to say manufactured. It just didn't seem organic. It didn't feel like what price was supposed to do organically. So things are coming back down now. We're going to see what BTC does. We're going to be starting $50 to $100 challenge probably tomorrow. Going to be looking for our first trade. Maybe I'll go live before actually during the process of selecting the trade. I appreciate everybody who watched the videos. Guys, if you want to support, subscribe. Want to get this channel up and running. So any type of support, subscribe, comment, like the video, and stay tuned for the $50 to $100 challenge coming soon. Yeah, I will. If anything significant happens with BTC, like I've already said, what I believe is happening here, I think it's going to end up going down and testing the mean on the 4-hour chart, and that will be It'll be around 88.8K. This yellow line here. Been down to about 90.9K so far. 90.8K, 90.9K. So we'll see what happens. If the pullback continues, but what it's going to come down to, how I see it, is this 80 line on the 1D time frame stochastic RSI. That's what I think it's going to come down to. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted if anything changes, if I go live again. And guys, thanks for watching. God bless. Jesus is King.